For years, the bargain was simple. You type a question into Google, Google points you to a website, that site gets a visitor. Search was a directory. It sent you somewhere. But last month, at its annual I/O conference, Google announced something that I think quietly rewrites that bargain. Maybe, just maybe, a big company did something a little sneaky. I'm a business attorney. I think about business strategy and the moves that implement it a lot. And this, my friends, this is a move. I wrote something about this a few weeks back, but I think this deserves a deeper look. Because long story short, this doesn't look like a routine update. It looks like a sea change. Search may be changing from a tool to help find the best online destination to a destination itself. Quick thing, if you're new here, welcome. This channel takes news like this and breaks down what it actually means for you. If that's useful, like and subscribe. The headline is an upgraded AI-powered search. You can now ask longer, messier questions, go back and forth with it like a conversation, and build your very own information agents that monitor the interwebs and let you know when they find what you're after. How delightful! What a joy to live in the modern age! But then Google tipped its hand. To show off the feature, they gave an example. Say you're hunting for an apartment. You tell the agent the amenities that you want, it combs the internet for you, and it notifies you when it finds a match. Sounds great, right? Let's sit with that for a second. How does that work? Because once you picture it, it gets very clear what Google is really building here. That apartment agent almost certainly works by quietly searching apartments.com and sites like it, pulling their listings and handing them to you so you never visit apartments.com at all. Google keeps the visitor. Apartments.com supplies the data. No click, no credit. That's the tell. I don't think Google wants to be the directory anymore. It wants to be the destination. It's the same move Amazon made on retail. Pull all the activity onto one platform so you, the customer, never have to leave. Only this time, what's being consolidated isn't products, it's information itself. Google doesn't want to point you to the internet, Google wants to be the internet. Picture the business behind that listing. Your information shows up inside Google, but the searcher never reaches your site. So where does your revenue come from? No traffic, no lead, no fee. The very thing you sell just got handed out for free by a company you can't negotiate with. Now, I'm not here to cry for apartments.com. They'll be all right, they'll figure it out. But let's figure out what this is really about, which is you, the person who just uses the internet, either as a consumer or as a business or creator yourself, because this changes your experience. First, as a consumer, right now, when you search, you get options, different sites, different voices, and you decide who to trust. But when one AI sits between you and everything else, it decides what you see and quietly buries what it didn't show you. You stop choosing the best answer yourself. You start taking one answer with no clear understanding of why that answer may be best. But what happens when that one answer is wrong? Where do you go? There's no second opinion, no source to check, no competitor to call it out. You're trusting a single gatekeeper to be right and to be fair, with potentially limited ways to look behind the curtain. But it goes deeper than that if you're a business. Those websites Google is summarizing, somebody has to create that information first. Strip away their traffic and you strip away their revenue. No revenue, and eventually the information just stops getting made. That affects the business and the consumers of the business. So the AI slowly poisons its own well, and the answers you depend on get thinner over time. Step back and you realize this is bigger than apartments. Large language models already ran this exact play on writers and experts. The blogs, the guides, the analysis people like me put out became raw material for AI answers. Sometimes credited, often not. AI did the same thing to artists, training on their images, music, and video to spit out its own. So Google's move isn't new in kind. It's the same play aimed at a new target. It started with the people who create information. Now it's coming for the sources of it. Now, before we go full doom and gloom, although it's probably too late, this was already pretty doomy and gloomy. But there's a possibly more innocent read. Maybe this is just a bigger Google Flights. Google Flights gathers airline fares so you don't have to check every website yourself. Genuinely helpful, and nobody really gets hurt. But there's a crucial difference. With flights, you still book on the airline. The airline is part of the transaction, so it can't be cut out. An information site can. If your whole value is the information and Google just hands it over, no one ever needs to visit you. So what stops Google from taking your traffic and then going straight to your customers and cutting you out entirely? Oh, pick me! Pick me! I know, pick me! Is it nothing? Now, I'm not here to judge the morality of the strategy necessarily. Business is competitive. That's the point. We bring our ideas to the ring and let them scrap it out. But this looks like a big domino falling and a weight being put on the scale. More evidence of big tech tipping its hand. The plan isn't to use AI to build something new. It's to absorb what you built and cut you out of the loop. So what do we take from all this? For now, the lesson isn't really about Google. As a business owner, it's about how much of what we build quietly depends on something we don't control. A platform's traffic, a referral source, an attribution model, a set of terms you didn't write and can't change. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Every business depends on something, which means every dependency is a vulnerability. A single supplier, one big customer, one platform that sends most of your leads, one key person who knows how everything at your company works. Most owners never map those points until the ground moves under them. They assume that the deal that built the business will hold, right up until somebody rewrites it overnight. By then, you're not planning, you're scrambling. Being vulnerable doesn't feel good. So what do? Start by mapping your dependencies, honestly. Where do your customers come from? And who controls the faucet? What inputs or suppliers do you have to have? What's the one platform, tool, or person the whole thing quietly leans on? Once they're on the table, stress test each one. If that dependency was broken tomorrow, or doubled its price, or changed its terms, what happens to you? Anywhere a single answer controls too much of your fate, you found a point of possible failure. That's where risk lives. Wherever you find that risk, work to reduce it. For example, diversify your marketing channels so no single source owns your customers. Google. Then own the customer relationship directly, your list, your brand, your repeat business, so you're not renting access to your own customers from a platform that could turn into your competitor. Google. So dusty in here. Finally, lock down what you can. Get the contracts right with the partners you rely on. Understand the terms of the platforms that you can't negotiate with. Protect the IP and the data that make you, you. You can't control Google, but you can keep your business from betting everything on a line someone else gets to erase. That's exactly the kind of thing we help business owners think through at Waylaw. If this made you wonder how exposed you really are, follow that instinct. Map your exposure. Reach out to us if you need. The link's below. Before you go, I want to hear from you. Is Google trying to own the internet the way Amazon owns retail? Or does this break in a different direction? Let me know in the comments. Until then, see you next time.